Commission, call the meeting to order, December 23rd. We will start with
Can we start with?
discussion with Somerset County Commissioner.
Right.
Thank you. I just came to say thank you to you all. Mr. Smith, Chairman Smith was the first one to vote in my favor. Started a little ball, and graciously I was elected into that position. In my first meeting at the County Commissioners, I captured $60,000 in grant money for District 2. We did $30,000, 215 in New Portland. With your administrator, she spoke eloquently regarding your project to remove the railroad tie track. That was not slated to pass, and I had sent her an email, and I don't believe it was slated to pass. The tone and tenor was it would not have gotten through. So we worked on some strategy, and her representation of your town at that meeting was invaluable, and you were gifted that $15,000 grant to assist with the railroad removal. And then there was a $15,000 grant to Madison as well. So there was a total of $60,000 in that first meeting that we captured for District 2. There were many grants that were put into the Somerset County grant. We have money from the windmills and the power line that just went through. So there's grant monies available. I don't know, we have to look at the qualifications, but that windmill might be an area that you could possibly, if the town didn't have other areas. They're really looking for security and safety kind of things, but there were many grants that did not get approved. So for us to have all 4 in District 2 approved was great. We had the chairman of the board from New Portland was there, the Lions Club from New Portland was there, your town manager was there, and it was the difference in us obtaining that funding. So kudos to the town for getting that money. There are more opportunities coming up in the spring for more grants through the county. Again, my job is to represent you all. So through your town manager or your select board, if there's an issue at the county, I'm here to help you. We've been discussing budgets. There's a budget opening position. I know that Mr. Smith has put in for that budget opening position. It's an elected, they elected through District 2. There'll be a caucus shortly. The person in Mercer, one has to be elected. There's a woman in Smithfield that's running, Mr. Smith is running. And so it has to be a town official. So that will happen early first quarter before we start our budget meetings. But we just finished a big contract for the jail. The jail is our most expensive part of Somerset County. It's approximately $12 million a year. We get taxed at $6.9 million a year is our cap right now. That's going up 4%. It is my job, my task to minimize that increase, and the jail and police services is the most expensive part of our budget. So we just need to look at all of these numbers with care and make sure that we're being judicious in how we allot our money for the county. I don't know if any of you have been reading, but like Waldo County, Penobscot County, there are a bunch of counties in deep, deep trouble fiscally, and they are getting walloped with increases. You're in a pretty good, I've talked to Patrick at Somerset County, we're in a pretty good position in Somerset County. They've done very well planning and managing and doing incremental steps. So I suspect that we'll be somewhere around the 4% range, which is tolerable. There are insurance costs and employee costs that just elevate. Our police, our sheriff's department just negotiated, and our corrections departments are in the process of negotiating a new contract right now that will require increased money. So there are certain things out of our control. Just wanted to let you all know that. I'm very, very appreciative to Mr. Smith and your town for our support. And I'll probably be back once a year or so, unless needed. But I wanted to come and say thank you. I didn't realize being a county commissioner is a paid position. So I gave your town manager a donation from my wife and I for food insecurity. So if you accept that later, that'd be great. And you can either do it to a local family that has like issues, or whatever your discretion is, I don't care, food pantries, whatever it might be. But during the holidays, I didn't need, it's not about the money, so I'm gonna give some back.
Thank you.
That's what we're doing. My family's having a Christmas thing tonight, so
So you're
I'm
out.
already in trouble. But I apologize. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to help. But if not, I'm probably going to defer.
I guess you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day. Good to see you again. Merry Christmas, all. Thank you. Thank you.
Number 2, old business, execute CCS disaster emergency shelter plan.
Yes, the school dropped off, it was Christopher Rue, the Director of Operations, dropped off the emergency shelter plan. Stacy, I don't think I gave you a copy, and I apologize for that. Basically, the information is all there. When I did compare one plan from the other, there were a few differences, but not many. The first change, I believe, was on page 7, and that now, under the cost for operations, just defines how they will determine the cost. So basically what they've added is cost for the shelter will be determined in the following manner. The amount of time, days that the shelter is open for use to the public. Cost will be determined by the resources that are being used or consumed at the time of the shelter. Example, if the shelter is open due to loss of power, generator, oil, pellets, and staffing costs would be factored in for that day. Should the power return and the shelter remain open, costs would shift from the generator to the electricity cost for consumption. All costs will be calculated and reviewed by the superintendent, director of operations, and town of Anson administrative assistant. Costs for the shelter will then be forwarded to the town of Anson for reimbursement. And then to refer to Appendix E for the estimated cost of shelter operations. When he was in before, he had given us that breakdown of what they thought their daily rate was, and they've now included that as an Appendix E. So that paragraph was new. The other thing that was new, they fixed it, is they put a term to the agreement, and in that, they also put a termination clause that basically says that the term of the agreement shall be for 1 year, although they don't specify that. So Chris said they're taking that to be the date that it's finally adopted. So whatever date is adopted is the date that will start the 1-year clock. And that the contract will be reviewed annually in September. And it says by the RSU 74 Board of Directors. I think it would be reviewed by both the school and the town. And then they indicated that the agreement shall terminate upon mutual written agreement. I had suggested maybe they give us 30 days advance notice, but being mutual, I think, is better than where we were, because they were saying that RSU can terminate at any time. So now it says by mutual written agreement, the expiration of the term, or failure to meet other terms and conditions of the agreement. So I thought this was all basically the same with those two exceptions. And if you guys are in agreement, we should vote to adopt this plan. And then when I submit it, I will get the insurance from MMA, listing the school as an additional insured, and we'll need the Appendix B filled out with a contact
guess. Well,
Huh?
you're in charge of this, is that good too?
Better than it has.
So you're gonna add,
It is.
in the terms agreement, you're gonna add, reviewed annually by RS
You want to do both.
and.
He did add that to it says the town of Anson will agree to review and approve this plan on a yearly basis as well. So they did cover us by adding that sentence to the final agreement that Mark Campbell has signed.
Right. Then we have the full chart.
So I think it's a fairly decent agreement, and I think we're at a point where we should execute it, and it's probably gonna be a work in progress as we use it, and if things come up that we hadn't thought of before, when we go to revisit it, we can make notes as we go through our year and address them in the next contract should we need to.
I make a motion to adopt this emergency shelter plan, disaster and emergency shelter plan for Caravat Community School. Second.
So we have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? I would like to ask Darrell, is this what you are considering?
I haven't seen the entire plan, but I believe what I have seen is more than adequate for what we're looking
You've
to
been
do.
part of it, so I just want to get your opinion.
Yeah,
You can get the cost.
That was what was lacking, and
Yeah.
I know that they're not gonna charge what they gave for numbers. They wanna sit down
Correct.
and negotiate what's used, not a flat fee.
Right,
So,
and I think that's fair.
oh, absolutely, and, we don't use it every day, it's only, let's hope we don't have to, but it's just
Well, it was almost a year to date, so.
it's a matter of time before it happens again, but
But we had to start someplace to find an amount per year.
right, I agree.
Did it look okay to you, Stacy?
It looked fine to me.
Okay. All right, all in favor? All opposed? So moved. 3.
3-0.
301, excellent.
Please let me finish my statement before you make a statement. Okay? And I appreciate it, but I hesitate sometimes because my mind doesn't work as fast as yours. I don't know if anybody's that fast, but that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Okay.
You all set?
Yes, so this needs a signature. I'm just gonna pass this page. It needs the Anson board representative and then an Anson fire representative.
So, we'll let our chairs sign.
Oh,
Wow. You got this in the board.
yeah. Let's move on with B, discuss bid award for reevaluation services and contracts.
So as we had discussed at the workshop, there were 2 bids received. We reviewed the bids and found where RJD appraisal was low bidder, and they will be able to complete the revaluation by 2029, giving us 1 additional year to budget. So their price was $236,500 compared to the assessment and appraisal services bid of $305,107.
Any discussion? So, do we hear a motion on taking the lowest bid?
Make a
Which
motion that we
was?
take
Need to know,
RJ.
give a name.
RJD appraisal,
Okay.
$236,500.
Because even if we went with the digital and paid for it, it would still be less, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
The digital mapping is, will be an added cost.
Will be in that.
Right. But that's still, it's way on top.
Correct, it's still way out of order.
And they're familiar with this.
Yes, they currently do our assessing agent services.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the RJD bid for $236,500.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0.
Just as soon as I get a contract, we'll get that signed, but primarily.
So, you may want to do a different one, please. Because, so I put my name down. I signed it.
Yep.
And the date is 12/23. Okay. My birthday is 12/23/58, that's what I wrote.
12/23.
That's why I was right.
Well, happy birthday.
I didn't cross it out, but you know what it
Well, happy
is.
birthday.
Very good. My brain doesn't work that fast sometimes, so. Anyways, I did sign it, so we maybe change it and stay sure that
Sign it the same year.
It could be 2058. It's posted,
Yes, I'm
23 years.
67. And I assure you, 67 is not that old, and you will find that out as you get there. C, 2C, review and approve minutes of November 25th, December 3rd, December 16th, and December 17th.
So I'm gonna make a motion to review and approve the minutes of November 25th, December 3rd, 16th, and 17th.
I second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all approved, all opposed, so moved, 3-0. New business. 3B, discuss sewer abatement request of Geraldine Rinaldi.
Yes, Rinaldi. Before we go to that, Commissioner Skillings gave a $250 check and wanted it to go to food or security. Any preference on who we give this check to?
Food and security.
I would think we'd want to support maybe the local,
Food pantry.
the food pantry, yeah, the center point.
Yeah, the local, yeah.
Okay.
I would make that suggestion.
Okay, so Geraldine Rinaldi had come in and asked for an abatement of her third quarter billing because she has a swimming pool and she had taken down her meter readings before and after, and the amount that went into her pool was $36.40. So tonight I am looking for you to approve an abatement to her in the amount of $36.40.
I make a motion that we abate Geraldine Rinaldi $36.40.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0. C, approved Franklin County Animal Shelter contract for 7/1/26 to 6/30/27.
As I was saying in the budget meeting, I had spoke with Christopher Brown. He is the manager for the Franklin County Animal Shelter. This contract would go from July 1st, 26 to June 30, 27. The total contract is $7,102.10, of which 6 months of that will be realized in our 26 budget. So at this time, I just ask for a motion to accept the shelter contract, and then I'll just need a signature on the contract, so I can send that back to them.
We got a motion.
Make a motion to accept the Franklin County Animal Contract from 7/1/26 to 6/30/27.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second, any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0. Approved commercial hauler's license for Chris Roy. Somerset Disposal.
He was the last one that hadn't responded to the request to license by September 15th. I reached out and told him we needed to have it before December 31st. Excuse me, so he came in with his $25 application fee and with his certificate of liability insurance for the required, actually he's got $1 million for his insurance, and $500,000 on his automobile, and $1 million for his workers' comp portion of it. So at this point, it just needs to be approved, and when I wrote up the license, I said that this license will expire on March 31st, 2026, because that will fit in with our new fee schedule, which takes effect next April 1. And that was the piece that we changed in anticipation of town meeting support for changing that ordinance.
Was he aware of that when you gave the contract?
They all are, I let them know that this was coming.
Okay.
Need a motion?
I make a motion for the commercial hauler license for Chris Roy.
I second.
We have a motion and a second, further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0. B, discuss changes to employee handbook.
Yes, so I had looked at the employee handbook that was updated in January 22nd, 2024, specifically looking for the section that talked about our benefits, and there was nothing under employee leave and benefits that referenced what we pay for health insurance, what we pay for income protection, or what we offer for retirement. So I wanted to draft up some suggested language there, and I had received a request from the highway department to update the holiday schedule to indicate that with highway, their holiday should be an 8-hour, a 10-hour holiday, not an 8. Excuse me. In the administration department, when we take a holiday, we're regularly scheduled to work an 8-hour day, and therefore we get an 8-hour holiday. In the highway department, they work 4 10-hour days, so their regular scheduled work day is a 10-hour day. So for each holiday, they have to take 2 hours of either vacation or sick, or don't get paid for that. And it's really not fair that they should use the rest of their vacation or sick leave for a recognized holiday. So I've been asked to mention that to you in hopes that you would support changing that clause that had previously said, on page 13.
Some obviously, well,
Highway takes their 4 hours additional holiday at Thanksgiving, and I changed it to highway shall receive holiday pay at a rate of 10 hours for each holiday recognized in VA above. And I also added in, because it was absent, Christmas Eve, that's half a day. It's in our town report, we've always observed it, but somehow it must have gotten missed from the holiday list. So I remedied that. So there's 2 sections that I'm looking to adopt as a change, and holidays being one, and then the benefits being the other. So can we take them up one by one?
And those are at 6%, not 3, right? The retirement.
Yes. I'm proposing.
Nancy, the clause you just read for the 10-hour day, whatever you just said, they get paid for the 10-hour holiday. What happens if that's on a Friday? The clause makes it sound that, like, even on Friday when they have the day off, that they're still gonna get holiday pay for that on that Friday.
Yeah, so typically, the next section down does address that. If a holiday falls like on a Saturday, you observe it the Friday before. If it falls on a Sunday, you observe it on the following Monday. So in the highway department, if a holiday falls on a Friday, they would observe it on the Thursday prior. So it's based on what they're normally regularly scheduled to work.
Okay.
They're not getting 50 hours.
Right, but still just get their 40 hours. They work 30 and get 10 for a holiday.
so how are you
Unless it
dividing
snows.
this?
I'm sorry?
How do you want this divided?
I'd like to talk about the holidays first, and then move on and talk about individually health, income protection, and retirement. And if you're okay with the holidays, we can vote on each one individually, or vote on it all together. It might be easier to vote individually.
So a motion for the holidays? You're set for it?
13.
Okay, never mind. So we want a motion for the holidays.
If you're supportive of it. change.
compensation, highway.
So highway's gonna go to 10 hours
Yep.
days for a holiday day, right?
Right.
And Christmas Eve wasn't in there?
It was not in there. I added it, so that's why I highlighted it. If you go to the original policy, it doesn't say anything about Christmas Eve.
So that's the only
It is in, it's not a change, no.
It's not a change, but
No, it's just correcting an omission.
So we only have, realistically, we only have 1, 2, the 10 hours, the holidays, and compensation to not exceed 112 hours.
Correct. Except for highway, correct. And that language was in there.
And that's my motion.
Go ahead, let's say, yeah.
Okay, what was that motion?
The motion was to accept the holidays
Okay,
with Christmas Eve in it, and the highway to go to 10 hours, and not to exceed 112 hours,
okay, thank you.
exempt from the highway, except. Is that going to?
Right.
one second.
Okay, there's a motion, there's a second. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved. 3-0. Insurance.
Who's fast on that as well?
Yes, it was. Okay, so with the health insurance, from what I had emailed you, I went back and looked at it, and it was late in the day, thinking, oh, that doesn't make sense. So what I've indicated is, the town offers health insurance, 100% cost benefit for the employee through the Maine Municipal Association for full-time employees. Employees who wish to cover their family, spouse, domestic partner, or children may do so at their own expense. And that will take care of the previous procedure, I guess, of offering 50% of the one.
So we doing these separately?
We could do it all together if you want.
Okay.
And then for income protection, the town offers income protection insurance, 100% cost benefit for the employee at a coverage rate of 70% of the employee's salary wage. This benefit is for full-time employees. Any coverage beyond this rate shall be paid by the employee. I'm not even sure that MMA offers more than 70, but if they do, I just wanted it to be clear that the employee would pick up that cost.
So you added any coverage beyond this rate?
I added that whole,
Because it's,
Cute.
I'm almost
Correct.
positive it's the highest it will go is 70.
it might be, yeah.
Because I think it's
That will be in my budget book, actually. I might be able to find it pretty quickly.
Being insurance is that tax.
No.
Does that include?
Not
And that's why it's.
Oh,
70%.
hang on.
Mandate
No,
and
if the employer pays it, then it's taxed. If the employee pays it, it's untaxed.
Probably wasn't exempt. It's the amount that you get after taxes.
Correct.
Generally.
Yeah. Because I know at A&M we pay tax. So if you use it, it's not
Yeah,
taxed.
tax change.
But here,
You were always offered this stuff.
yeah, but here, where the town of Anson pays for it, they would have to pay taxes on it.
It doesn't say, it just says income protection plan, $2.14 per 100 of coverage per month.
I make a motion to adopt,
We still have.
Oh, we got one more.
Thank you. Oh, we're going to do retirement too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the town offers to match up to 6% of a full-time employee's wage salary for retirement through Mission Square. This is an employer match. Employees must contribute at least 6% of their wage to get the full benefit. This benefit is for full-time employees.
Why is it increased?
So currently, it's at 3%. And I was asked by some of the staff to ask for 6%. Norwich Walk offers 7%. Madison offers a 6% match. And because we are taking away the family coverage, half of the family coverage for health insurance, they were asking for an increase in retirement to encourage people to save towards their retirement.
But if you don't put in the 6%, the town don't have to get this.
Correct, so if someone still only wants to do 3, all you're gonna match is 3. If someone wants to do 10, you're only gonna match up to 6, if you change it. But currently, we do a 3% match, so I want you to be clear on what we currently offer.
Do any of these updates include the maintained family medical leave?
No, that was already in the policy,
Okay.
quite extensively, actually. I think this was reviewed most recently by Bernstein Short, the town's attorneys.
So I asked the question first, do you want to keep this as a coding on all 3, or do you want something?
We can vote on all 3.
Forward. Yeah, well, I know from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you disagree with one, then we'll do them each separately.
No,
But
some
if you
people don't.
agree with all 3, then it's a vote for all 3.
Yeah, okay.
So in that case,
Okay, I'll make a motion for the health insurance change for 100% coverage of the employee, and if they want coverage for their spouse or other, they have to cover that. On the income protection plan, it's still 100% for the employee, and not to go beyond that. The retirement is gonna be 6 and 6.
I second.
okay, have a motion and second. Any other discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0.
Those are kind of minor, so we don't have to pass them by the law again, right?
No.
So those are the only ones in the employee handbook. This, F, discuss vacation carried forwards for town employees.
Yeah. So in this handbook, it says that employees can carry up to 40 hours of vacation time into the new year. Anything beyond that would require a vote of the board. Since I sent you your board packet, there was someone in the highway that used some vacation time last week, so Kim gave me a new one today. So for vacation time carry forwards, it would be myself with 56.25 hours. Artie's under 40, Henry's under 40, and Adam Moore has 62 hours, and Dave Huffer is under 40, so it would be for me and Adam. And you'd be approving to carry forward our full balance, or not to approve it, and I'll instruct him to carry over the salary.
How many does that have?
Adam has 62.
And what do you have? 50?
I have 56.25. Not sure how I got the .25, but.
That's a quarter.
So Artie's under,
Yep,
Dave's under,
yep, and Henry Mellows is under, and they're the only ones that had a balance, everybody else had used theirs.
stand by the employee handbook. Otherwise,
What did it say?
40 hours, you can carry over 40 hours, nothing more.
Do we do that as a cash out?
It doesn't address that, so I don't know if it would be a forfeiture or whether the employee would need to take time off next week to get themselves under 40 hours. It does not say anything about a cash out. Vacation, 14. It must be made in advance. I saw it somewhere here. Okay, employees generally may not use vacation time until it is actually earned. Employees may carry over 40 hours of unused vacation time at the end of the calendar year. If or when employment terminates, any vacation balance that has not been used in the current calendar year will be paid out in the employee's final paycheck. So that's all it says, is that they may carry over 40 hours. So I think to deviate from that, it would require a vote from you, or if you want to uphold the 40 hours, then I will let Adam know that if he, and I guess I should maybe reach out, because it doesn't say unused vacation will be paid out. It doesn't say what happens to that unused, whether it's paid out or it's lost.
So,
Right, because some people, some places, if you don't use your vacation time, you lose it.
Right. Well, the vacation is typically intended to use and not accumulate.
So, yeah, we need to clarify that.
I think it's a hard time with this right now, because Nancy came on board, and she's been putting in quite a few hours and not taking time off, so.
well, so that,
Exactly.
you know, that's my consideration.
Yeah,
Is normal company, if
right,
you don't use it, you lose it. But,
but,
I mean, we are, our employees put in extended hours.
Yeah.
Graciously, they don't take holiday, vacation pay, so that they can continue to work. Is it, it's all budgeted, right?
I mean, Adam's got 22 hours over
Yep.
that he carried. You would carry 15.75, because you're a quarter.
Right, recorded, yeah.
But I think that they should be able to carry forward.
So does it set a precedent for next year, they're not taking vacation time, they can carry one week over, and knowing that they can get cash up front of another week?
Unless you did like a one-time exception, or not, you know, if you are worried about a precedence. It's hard because at this point, we don't have another meeting before the end of the year, and I didn't even think to reach out to Bernstein Shore. I think it was Matt Savage that had put this draft together for Tammy to get his thoughts on what happens when you have two employees that didn't take it off.
And legally, can we just cancel it? It is earned,
It's
It
earned.
is earned,
it is earned, so
right.
I think we need to just
Are you
pay,
saying,
Well,
pay it out?
conditional. This year, we pay it, but put it in the employee handbook stating that if you do not take it, you lose it.
Okay, so, do you want to vote that change, or I can make it the change to the handbook? Do you want to do that tonight, since we made a couple other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Gary.
Last year, what they did, I happened to come across one of the videos, is they actually voted for the hours to roll over into the following year. It was two employees, the same thing, and she thanked them.
Also, the type of work that they do, they're not allowed to take some time off.
Correct.
And you've been thrown into a mess, and
Exactly.
you haven't been, if you took your time off,
We'd be
where would you
behind.
guys be?
We'd be behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so either way,
So do we word it different then? Okay, so do we word it to be looked at yearly?
well, I
Or
think it's worded right now, you bring it to the board and discuss it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how it's written in here. I think that,
What was the year like, or why they didn't take the time off?
Correct.
Right.
And were they taking the time off to get, not taking it off in order to get a cash payout at the end of the
Oh
year?
my God, I wish I could do that.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think they have a payout.
I think it should be conditional this year.
No, I
Look
do-
at it. Look at it.
I think you gotta look at it yearly.
I agree.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
You
It's
never-
something, because you don't know year to
So-
year.
So move 1 week forward and then pay out the other hours? Is that what we're talking about?
No, I think we're
No.
talking about rolling the
Rolling it
actual
over.
hours forward.
Because
Well, I think,
That's not what I was talking about.
huh?
That's not what I was talking
Well,
about.
I think
Go ahead.
if the 40 hours and then we pay for the extra, then we're still going by the handbook, pretty much.
So if we roll forward 40 hours, you're just adding another 40 hours to a vacation pay that you have to take next year.
Well, no, because it would only be the difference between what the time is less the 40 that you're allowed. So it wouldn't, it's not like you'd have 2 weeks that
Right.
we're carrying forward,
And
but
what's the point?
we'd have, like Adam would have an extra 20.
Because
he
they
has
wouldn't have
almost
been able
3
to
days.
take it.
No,
Like Nancy's been here and she hasn't been able to take the time off.
But
But
you just said totally opposite of that. If we roll it forward, if you're getting 2 weeks vacation, off the top, just,
off the top of your head, we're not gonna hold
if
you.
if you're taking 2 weeks vacation every week, every year, that's what you have. If we roll one forward, then you have 3 weeks that next year.
Right.
If you can't
Correct.
take them this year,
So-
how are you gonna be able to take them next
You
year?
didn't take 1 week this year, so that adds 3 weeks to next year. Are you gonna be able to take that and then
Right,
roll
or you're gonna
one
roll
and then?
2 weeks that, okay, I see
So
what
I
you're
just
saying.
it starts
That snowball gets
Snowball.
bigger and bigger, okay. The policy says you can carry over 40 hours of unused vacation time at the end of the calendar year. So in that situation, you should, if you don't want to, if you want to roll over just those 40 and not carry forward greater than 40, then you should probably
Pay it out.
pay that.
Pay them.
Because it is theirs.
It's there.
They earn it.
Correct. But if you're not taking, I know you, I know people like you. You don't take vacation, you don't care. So now you've got 3 weeks, so then we're gonna have to pay out to roll over, we're gonna have to pay out to roll over anyways next year because you're not gonna take all that 3 weeks.
So if they earned it, why
No,
not?
no,
why
no,
not give them the
no,
option?
I'm not saying we don't do something, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it snowballs. So what I'm saying is, don't move it forward, pay it out, pay it all out.
So the 15.7 hours, she would get an extra check at the end of the year.
I'm saying that 55 hours, she gets a check at the end of the year. She doesn't roll it over.
No,
We can,
you can carry 40 over
right, so,
automatically in the handbook.
right, so it would
It's
be
wet.
paying out Adam
Like
22.
if you have if you know, but nobody else knows that you've got, maybe a surgery coming up that's gonna put you out for a bit.
Mhm.
So you don't take all your vacation time, so you roll 40 hours, so if you get 2, you got 3 weeks that you're gonna get paid while you're out.
Or you have the scenario I just said. Now you've got 3 weeks,
Yeah.
which you didn't take 2
But the
weeks.
policy automatically includes 40 hours. So there's, unless you change the
We gotta
policy.
change the policy then.
No, we're talking about anything else.
Well-
Changing the policy. We keep talking about it.
So you don't, so,
But I think at this point, to change it this late in our calendar year is not really fair to the employees, who, you know, it could have been an
Who would get a
oversight.
big lump sum of 55 hours, you know, on top of their paycheck?
Yeah.
That's not fair?
It just, so now,
I
when
don't
you
see
do
the, I don't
those,
see the, I don't see the, other than what you just said.
if,
Okay, you know you got an operation coming or whatever, you want that extra.
or you got a trip, somebody's graduating, and you know you need an extra week.
now for me,
Carry over.
usually after town meeting is when I like to take.
She
those
takes
sorts.
her.
So I probably will be looking for time off in March. That's typically, you know, slow. This time of year, the workload is too much for me to try to take.
All I want is a reason to do it, that's all. Otherwise, I'm gonna get paid out. but-
So if you bring everybody to 0, then it's not just me and Adam. You're now also including David, Henry Mellows, and
All.
Artie.
But it's all budgeted, so it
It's
doesn't.
budgeted,
It's not
but-
like it's adding to their wages, it's already budgeted. Their vacation.
Well, it's budgeted for their absence, that they would get paid in lieu of, not in addition to.
Right.
So,
Oh, goes around, comes around.
it does.
So I'll.
So we need,
I'll
well, we
agree-
would need
I'll
to change
agree
the
with-
policy.
I'll agree with it. I think we need to visit it.
But we have to, right now, we have to either approve them to carry these 22 hours and 15.75 into the fiscal next year. Right now, that's what, and then we can come back and change the
So
policy.
can we go over the policy and pay out the extra policy? Because that's what policy, I mean, that's
Yes.
what
The
part of the
policy
policy, part of the policy
Right.
says.
Right, so-
Going over up to 40 hours.
So you could roll over 40 hours of the 62 for Adam, and then you pay out
Pay out
Correct, and
22.
you pay out.
22.
Because otherwise you lose it. So
Right.
that was the initial discussion,
Right.
and then it went beyond that, but we need to visit this discussion again.
That went down a long rabbit hole.
And then,
What?
Went down
Back home,
all-
man, I love them. I love them. I do Bible studies.
So we want
Whole life rabbit
A
hole.
motion
Yes.
to right now,
Yep.
to pay Adam 22 hours and Nancy 15.75.
16.25.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
sorry, 16.25,
Yeah,
and they're able to carry their 40 hours.
Okay.
right.
Yep. I see the information. Okay. Motion.
I did.
she took
Second.
it. Second.
Good. We have a motion, we have a second. Please, no more discussion. All in favor? All opposed? So moved. 2-0.
You're opposed?
Not just, check it off.
Check it off.
Are you opposed?
That's it. Oh.
Oh, my goodness. Time is it getting?
Okay, approve job descriptions for customer service specialist, animal control officer, and director. Stace, follow the water.
Yeah.
Because of, these 3 are relevant to an upcoming hiring, or with the local EMA director, Brenda had actually updated hers a few months back. So I thought we'd start with these 3, and if you're happy with them, we would approve them this evening, and then I'll
And then
start
go
a
home.
book excuse me, a binder for,
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
for current job descriptions.
I guess that's the question, can you?
I don't think I can vote on my own job description,
No, we can't.
Yes.
so we might have to
So we
hold that
can't
one
do that.
until Larry, but we can do the other one.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that, Brenda, when I
Yeah.
did it on the agenda.
So did you make changes?
On what?
Were changes, we didn't have any
Not on,
policies on these?
We did not have a job description for customer service specialist.
Oh, okay.
And this is the one that we reviewed at the workshop.
Good, good.
And then with animal control,
because we have a new hire.
we have a new hire that will be coming on. So I thought this would be appropriate to give Jessica.
So without reading the whole thing, is it, does this, another one, questions for the other one, animal control, never mind.
This one will walk for our vote.
So this is everything they might do in the office.
And if you want to wait for when Larry comes back, we can certainly do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And these have not changed since I emailed you your board packet.
Right. I think that one's, this one we'll have to wait on,
Yeah.
so then there's this one.
Right.
So
So
she has
there's,
seen this, animal control?
I have not shown it to Jessica yet, no. I thought I would give it to her and have her sign it when she comes in to do her paperwork.
It wasn't in the, she came in for her people.
Oh, she must come in yesterday then.
It was just anyway, she came in, and I think, because they didn't cut it.
No.
No, she came in with paperwork, and she's coming back after the first of the year.
Okay, all right.
Appreciate it.
So at that point, I will have her sign it if it's approved tonight.
Okay, it says full-time hourly paid position. She's not hourly paid.
For,
This is, I'm sorry. I'm jumping back and forth from this one to this one. Yeah, she is hourly paid.
customer service would be, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this one is
a stipend,
and she doesn't want it all, she wants it to do it quarterly.
quarterly, yeah. Which one? I still need to collect keys from the animal shelter. Those haven't come back yet. Return the cages. What's that? I don't know. I do need the shelter keys. Oh, yeah. Because the Franklin County said that they were issued, and we would give them over. And they also want her to come in for orientation, so that she'll know where to go.
Where to drop them off. You good?
She said she was
Good
familiar
with
with
the customer service specialist.
You want to do that one first? Or are we going to do them together?
it. You think we should?
But I'm not going to do them together. I'm tired, I don't know. Oh,
Yeah, it's your birthday.
here's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to
thing, 67?
6-7.
6-7. So in a kid's church, the teacher was talking about that we're not gonna have anything to do with that anymore in class.
Sure.
And I'm sitting there just observing, and I says, hey Glenn, it's my birthday in 2 days. You know how old I'll be? 67. The kids just went crazy. They just loved it. They loved it. I don't know, it doesn't mean anything to anybody in the world, but everybody goes crazy. They loved it.
What it
So.
means.
Okay, back to business.
Okay.
She's yawning.
I thought she was familiar with Franklin County already.
She,
where she
she may be, I thought, she goes to Somerset.
Good. What's up?
Ready?
So we're doing customer service specialist and animal control.
Yeah. I make a motion to accept the customer service specialist and animal control officer job descriptions.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved. 3-0. What?
I didn't come in.
You seconded it.
I was looking, I'm waiting. Was that an
I
affirmative?
saw a movement there. So, seconded, all in favor?
Here we go,
All opposed? 3-0. Sorry.
we're good.
You're fast on that and slow on other things.
Sure, again, every time, and yeah, what do you think?
Okay, so that's gonna be revisited.
Okay, so these are going. Approved closing office Friday, December 26th.
I know we had talked about that at our workshop, giving us Friday the 26th off and working Friday, January 2nd. So just wanted to confirm that now that we're in a board meeting.
Make a motion to approve the closing of the office Friday, December 26th.
Second.
Motion, seconded, any further discussion? All in favor? So moved, 3-0. I discuss opening town office to the public on Thursdays effective week of January 5th.
Yes, so we were talking about being open 5 days a week, starting in January of the new year. So that first full week of January is the target date for zoning 40 hours to the public.
Any motion? No, just a-
Okay.
No, just for the reason, if you're all set with that, I probably could have done it under my department head report.
Number 4, discuss financial matters with the treasurer.
Okay, so we have warrants. Number 125 was a payroll warrant for $10,364.03. Warrant 126 was a AP warrant for $277,120.78. Warrant 27 was a sewer AP warrant for $2,898.97. Warrant 128 was a payroll warrant for $8,674.99. Warrant 129 is a town AP warrant for $7,714.43. Warrant 130 was a payroll warrant for $8,571.61. Warrant 131 is an AP warrant for $61,882.80. And warrant 132 is sewer AP warrant for $3,635.43. That's all the warrants.
Oh,
Make a motion to accept the warrants, 125 through 132.
okay.
We have a motion, we have a second, further discussion. All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0. Carry forward.
So B and C kind of go hand in hand. For carry forwards, I would like to carry forward the LRAP revenues to offset the highway budget for 2026 in the amount of $79,996 that was recently received. I heard from Stacy that we don't need to carry forward funds from the fire budget for the generator purchase, that the invoice has come in and should be paid out next week, so we're good there. And then I was asked to carry forward any excess funds in the windmill account and in the fountain. The fountain, I had put down 1,500, and for windmill repair, I put 400 there. To carry those balances forward. And then as far as the highway budget, I need to double check with Artie. I know there was a piece of equipment that he was buying out of this year's budget, so I'm not sure what percentage of his current budget could be allowed. So I guess my thought would be to let his unspent budget lapse to surplus, and depending on what that number is, we can always pull from surplus to cover, you know, if it's 50,000, for example, we could pull that to offset, you know, any road bond or any capital purchase for next year. So at this point, my recommendation would be LRAP, the windmill, and the fountain to carry any balances forward in those 3 accounts.
Motion?
Make a motion to carry forward the windmill
Fountain
and the fountain
and the LRAP.
and the L. How much was that one?
LRAP was $79,996.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second, further discussion. All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0. C.
Okay, so now on to the negative account balances. I took a look at the year-to-date expenses, and planning board is overspent like $26.94. However, I'm not worried about that because planning board and special officers are grouped into one article. It was Article 6 of the 2025 annual town meeting. So that overage can be absorbed by special officers. The warrant article as a whole is not over. So I wanted to bring that to your attention, that it is over budget, but the auditor isn't going to have an issue with it because planning board and special officers are financed in one article. So the request was $23,035. Now, I can, if you want, I can move the 2694 overage from the planning board into a miscellaneous for special officers, so that it, doesn't show either of those two accounts over budget. If you'd like to do so.
So make a motion to move.
The 2694 from the planning board into the special offices.
Yep. Is that a motion, Brenda?
Yes.
Seconded, so we have a motion, a second, further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0.
The next one is in recreation, and this one is somewhat of a problem, although under recreation department, we do have summer rec and after-school program. In this warrant that you're approving tonight was almost $9,000 to Town of Madison for football and cheering that happened this fall, and Danny hadn't invoiced us until just now. So that put us over budget by $892.56 in our summer rec. Now, when I looked at the warrant, I thought I was going to be okay, but Article 19 and Article 20, Article 19 is recreation, Article 20 is after-school program. So they are separated out and carry their own authority. So I would need you to approve me to take this deficit of $892.56 out of summer rec and move it to the after-school program to cover that overage.
Just to clarify, we're taking 892 out of there, after school program.
Out of summer rec.
Summer rec?
And expensing it to after-school program,
Okay.
which they're both recreation programs, so I think, we're within our legal framework.
So I'll make a motion to take the $892.56 from the summer rec and move it to the after-school program,
Correct.
and that will
I second.
cover those.
We have a motion, we have a second, further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0.
The next one, it was the Channel 11, just because it wasn't budgeted, so we spent $2592.64. But the franchise fees on the revenue side were larger than that. So I don't think we need to worry about that, because Article 36 was fairly clear, and I looked it up after I'd already put it on the list, that said, to see if the town will vote to appropriate franchise fees received from Spectrum and Beeline for support of Channel 11. It's already in there giving me authority. I don't think any further action is taken, but I just wanted you to know that it doesn't have a budget and it is showing as a deficit. So moving down the list, the next one that we're overspent is on our solid waste budget. Department 7020. 7010 is the recycling for the household hazardous waste in the Kennebec Valley Recycling Corporation. So that one, we just paid the bill from our meeting last week when Joe Hayden turned in the bill. So that has been fully expensed, leaving a $700 balance under recycling. But for solid waste, I had budgeted $150,000. I guess I was too conservative there because we just paid out the December invoice and it was $155,207 spent. So we're actually over in the department, in the warrant article, $4,500.44.
Does that have anything to do with that throwaway day?
That is in that fee, yes. So, that is part of our solid waste and recycling.
How much was the bill for December for just the recycling that you said?
It was.
Not the solid waste stream,
Huh?
not the solid waste. stream.
Yeah, it was 24,000 and some change.
Okay.
Jim's got the warrant down here, I think.
It's okay, I don't need the exact, I was just trying to go off from your
No,
numbers.
it's 24,000 something. It was 25,447.37. Almost 25,000.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So with the overage from the solid waste, I can do one of two things. We can put a warrant article on next year's warrant to cover the overage from undesignated fund balance, or we could try to have a special town meeting before or on December 31st or something, which is going to be hard with the posting being this close. So it's probably best to just put this as an overage on the annual town meeting for March and get the voters to approve that overage.
Motion for that?
I make a motion that we carry the 5,207.07 over and address it with the
At town meeting.
at town meeting. They
26th.
vote.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be 4,500? Because we're gonna take 700, right?
We could do one of two ways. We could take the full overage in solid waste, which is 520707, or we could take the department total, because it is all under one warrant article of the $4,500.44. I think I'd rather her take the 52.
And indicate it's solid waste, so that way they know it's the
Yeah.
back end.
Second. Sorry.
Sorry.
That was our little discussion.
Yeah.
So we have a motion, we have a second. We had a little discussion. All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0.
Okay, there's two more overages. The next one, and I'm not really sure why, but in paying out our road bond, they must have changed the interest, because I took it from the bond schedule payments when we were budgeting last year. But we're actually over $162.40, so, and I know the final bond payment, the January, we paid it in January. It was $120,000 for the principal, and the interest was $43.38.40. So I'll have to go back and look at the bond paperwork to see if what I had for interest was a lower number. It had to have been, because that's where I would have pulled the numbers, and I budgeted $124,176. So I thought the interest would be $41.76, not $43.38. So we're over budget by $162. With that, because it is a road bond, I'd like to take the overage out of highway budget. Highway can support it. He's got money in his budget.
I make a motion to take 162.40 from highway for the road bond.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second, further discussion. All in favor? All opposed? So moved, 3-0.
And then the last one was the capital account for the sewer line repair. We had budgeted $121,194, and I guess there was a catch basin that was bad, so while they were doing the work, Artie had them go ahead and do that repair. So we actually ended up spending $128,000 and some change, so we are over budget on Article 34 in the amount of $7,049.15. Artie's suggesting that we take that out of the sewer fund. Sewer, we haven't really budgeted for sewer in the past, and I think that's something that we need to start taking closer attention to, because what I'm seeing is our expenses are exceeding our commitments, our revenue, and sewer doesn't really have much for funds, let alone trying to build for maintenance, sewer line maintenance or replacement. So I can take this out of the sewer department if you want me to, or this can be another one that we ask town meeting. The sewer department, well, we probably have, I haven't looked at the bank statement, we probably have 30,000 or so.
But I have a question. Was this on the sewer repair on Madison Street?
No, no, it was Main Street in North Anson that we budgeted. It was Article 34 in the town report for the town, it's 35, for the North Anson sewer line repair on North Main Street. Yeah.
Like the new one.
Yeah, and Artie had given me a budget figure of $121,194, but I didn't realize he had authorized the additional work.
So why wouldn't it come out of sewer if it's sewer?
It probably could, but when he coded the bills, he coded it
Coded it in
to
his.
the capital, because that's where we were expensive at. So if you vote, I will move that overage from the general fund to the sewer fund and make the sewer department pay for that overage.
So they'll repair.
It is their repair, yes. So it belongs with the sewer department.
I make a motion.
Visit that in the future too.
Yes.
Yes, we will need to.
I make a motion that we, transfer from sewer capital to pay the $7,049.15 out of the sewer.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second, further discussion. All in favor? All opposed? So moved. 3-0.
Thank you. That's it.
Anything else?
I wasn't happy to see that many accounts over, so I'll definitely be paying closer attention next year to
What's that?
Yes.
Department heads, road commissioner's not here. Hey,
Right now, I think we're up to 165 calls. Might be a couple more than that since we had that nice windstorm that came. And I think we had a couple calls up to Endon, so that's probably gone up a couple calls up there from when Jeremy was here last time. Engine 83's been serviced, waiting still waiting to get 82 over to Derek Kenny's. That's one of the last ones that needs to be serviced. Still waiting for Northeast to come and fix one of our pump levers that broke on the fire that we had a few weeks ago. That's on back order. They're supposed to be coming this week to finish the pump service and other stuff for the trucks. Otherwise than that, everything's been looking good on that part. I had to order some structural gloves. I ordered 4 pairs of extra large and 3 extra large for my big-handed people because I am done out of those, and that was $740. And I got the tracks on the side-by-side. In the process of doing that, we broke a couple studs on some spacers, and we found a broken spring on the suspension, and Jeremy got those parts last week as well. That was $303.10. And during our warm-up that we had, there was quite a bit of ice and stuff falling off the roof up there, laying all around the place, so Jeremy got in touch with me and went over to get some danger falling ice signs to put up on there, so I did order those as well this week. They should be coming, probably be here tomorrow, but if not, it's gonna be after Christmas, and those were $51.92. That Santa Claus is showing up at the fire station, at the station tonight.
Did you do this?
Santa.
Yeah. And I was gonna ask Artie, but I realize he's not here. I was wondering if, instead of lacing the front door yards full of sand, which is all going into the stations, and when we go to lay out the fire hose after we get done washing it, do our cross lays, it ends up getting more dirt on it than it was when we went to the fire. So Jeremy asked me if I could go talk to Artie and see about when we have a storm, plow it, unless it's freezing rain or whatever, obviously sand it, but they could come back afterwards and just maybe sprinkle just straight salt on it, to kind of keep things kind of clean. I know we've asked them before, they did it a few times, and it kind of went back to putting sand out.
We were asking just for salt in our buckets by the door.
Yeah,
That's
and,
all we were asking for.
Oh,
yeah,
'Cause
Jeremy,
you sand it and
yeah.
trap it right in.
I called Artie on that last night, and he said he was fine with that. Adam was gonna try to put a couple buckets of sand to keep up north, but Jeremy pretty much asked if we could just, and maybe we do the same thing down here to, because I know it's a lot to empty out a sander and just put straight salt on and come down and sand it.
Makes sense.
Right, yeah, yeah. They do a good job sanding when it comes to the front of the aprons of the stations. No complaints about that.
That's good.
Otherwise, no, that's pretty much all I got right now.
No other heating issues or leakage issues, so. Well, good.
Water's not getting into that.
What's that?
Water's it's not getting into the receptacle on the outside on the inside now.
So far, since he changed that one outlet, he said the weather seal on the outside of the outlet was bad, so that was probably where the moisture was getting in there to trip that, so.
And as far as the heating station, I still don't believe it's working correctly.
No,
Now, the floor was stone cold all night last night. So, I don't know how it's working. I just,
Is it like a pickup in it?
well, I know we had it shut down for quite a while, but it shouldn't have done anything to put an air bubble in there anyway, should it?
I can only tell you that the floor's cold. I don't even know. Where is a thermostat in there? And I know Christian said it needed to be set up differently than it is to get it to work correctly.
That's such a high-tech system, Daryl,
Well, that's why Christian knows how it works.
because,
The rooms are super warm.
yeah,
You get out there and it's cold, the
it's like
floor's
one
cold.
zone has got a wicked hiccup in it. Because Danny said they were working up there one day and they had washed the floors down and they did something and they said it was like a sauna in there, they had to open up the doors. It's like one day it works great
Exactly.
and then other
You
times
know,
it just.
when you back in, you would think it would melt the snow off the floor, you know, it should stay warm. No. I don't know. They go in there and tell me it's working, but they can't, I'll bring the thermal over and tell you where it's working, where it
Right,
isn't.
yeah, that works pretty good. Maybe I'll try to call somebody to,
They said something about, once the 1 year was up, then they could do something different.
yeah.
And how expensive,
Probably.
should be fixed before a year is up.
Well, I know we bought one for,
They had to do it according to the blueprints in order to,
Right.
so, and they said, once that's done, the one that needs to talk is Christian. Christian knows what needs to be done, but he won't do it because he isn't been told to do it.
But the year is up, then we're on our own and we're
Then we
paying
can have somebody else
for
do
it
it.
after the year and then not taking care of it, right?
right.
Right.
Yeah, so.
And that's been a whole snafu from the beginning, because when they first plumbed it up, it was all plumbed up wrong. And the next thing I knew, the entity come back up, the guy that was in charge of the contractor that was doing it, ended up ripping all the copper out of it and replumbing it again,
Yeah.
and said that should be fixing it. And it did work for a little while, then seemed like we went backwards again, so.
Is that all that you have, is the radiation?
Oh, they had the hijacks
We
up
got the
top.
hijacks
So-
up
so it's
top.
not- so
The idea was to have the
We're not
radio
a freeze
front.
up.
No,
Okay, all right, so, but we should be having it the way it's
I'll
supposed
make
to
a
be.
phone call and see,
I mean, I was under the impression that the radiant heat that I have keeps the floor warm.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even have heat in my floor, I can throw snow on it, just from the natural warmth of the ground, it melts it, but
So,
that up there should be cooking.
Good, that it?
That's it.
Before moving on though, I wanted to let you know that Jeremy has turned in the fourth quarter payroll for October, November, and half of December. I had asked him for the detail, incident attendance, and the training, I think was the second one. So if you could look that over and give your approval by Monday, so we can get them paid out on December 31st for next Wednesday's payroll. So Monday, we'll need approval unless we've looked it over and are okay to approve it tonight, but otherwise.
What's the amount?
The amount, let's see, total hours, total pay is $8,151.
That's for both the training and the,
Yes,
okay.
There's no training.
no, there is.
There
Well,
is.
oh, no, wait a
it's
minute,
not.
training pay is zero.
There's no
Training
training.
hours, so none.
Just
So it's
fire
fire
events.
events, activity hours, and that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's that? EMA director.
Well, we went down and got the cards. But they didn't tell us that we had to have a bariatric one.
Yeah, so
So
we had to have one at each station.
you have to have one at each station. So, but they said that we have to accommodate for that. We also got more water for the town office. Picked up another whole pallet. How much you got left up there?
Probably a quarter of a pallet, I'd say, a little over.
Yeah.
If you need another one, let us know, because this swamp
It's,
with water.
honestly, it's started to dwindle. I haven't-
There's swamp with water down
They got so much water down there.
I mean, I can offer it out again.
Yeah. But I'll probably after Christmas.
Yeah.
I'll get another. But, yeah. What else did we do?
Signed contract.
Oh, we signed a contract. Got that.
We got a shelter.
Yeah, we have shelter, we're not gonna use it. But, yeah, we're moving in the right direction.
What's that?
Okay, so for me, I wanted to pass along that anyone that has nomination papers out, they're due back by January 6th in order to be on the ballot. I also wanted to report primarily to the public, you three know, I had reached out to MMA Legal Services for free legal advice on the proposed controlled substance facilities ordinance. I know you guys had made it pretty clear that you wanted to not allow them at all. And the response that I got from Sarah, a staff attorney, said, in general, a municipality may not entirely ban or prohibit an otherwise legal use in the municipality. This is because the Constitution requires that municipal regulations, at a minimum, meet the rational basis test. This test requires a municipality to show that an ordinance or regulation will further a legitimate municipal interest and that there is a rational connection between the ordinance's restrictions and its goals. While this test is usually easy for municipalities to meet, a municipality generally cannot show then an outright ban or prohibition on a use or development that is not ultra hazardous or inherently dangerous will meet this test. Thus, it is unlikely that a municipality would be able to entirely ban or prohibit methadone clinics on a permanent basis from operating in a municipality. Basically, she is saying that moreover, courts have held that since methadone clinics provide services to individuals that have a defined disability under the Americans with Disabilities Act, regulations that prohibit or limit this type of development are usually subject to higher scrutiny, a different constitutional test. So basically what they're saying is that if we prohibit it, we are in violation of the discrimination provisions of the ADA, and that through land use or licensing ordinances, we should work closely with our legal counsel to draft regulations that are clear and protect the municipal body's interest to the greatest extent possible. I'm kind of paraphrasing here, and to achieve our goals, but to remain legal about it. So the board has given me permission to go to Bernstein Scher, the town's attorney, and they are reviewing it. And they told me that they would let me know by December 31st. So that way we'll have to hold another public hearing and bring another draft before you guys for the March town meeting. But I did make them aware that we want it as restricted as legally possible. So that's the goal with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I also wanted to report that 2023 tax liens will be maturing on January 16th. And just a reminder that anyone that doesn't want their name to appear in the town report for unpaid taxes have until December 31st to get those paid. And also, actually I should say December 30th, because we're working, but we're closed to the public on December 31st for the year-end closeout. The 2025 audit is scheduled for January 21st and 22nd. So they will be here to work on our audit in those 2 days. And I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I got the draft 24 audit today from the auditors. I forwarded that on to you guys. But I'll print that out, look it over, make sure that they are accurately, reporting what we submitted to them, and then get that finalized and published. I know the bond bank is anxious for it, and I'm sure there are other financing institutions that are looking for that audit as well as the public. So we'll get that out just as soon as we can. And that's all I have.
Right, any questions? Selectmen concerns.
Okay, well, it's kind of gone past, but the stipend that was paid out extra, I understand that wasn't supposed to be. It was kind of explained to me that it was not half, and I guess we didn't verify it. So I need an explanation on that.
For the deputy chief?
Yeah, what the information it is, and I know we paid it out already, but.
Yeah, we did. My understanding was that the deputy gets half of the chief's pay, but then I believe someone had done a little more research and found where it was just a little less than half.
I don't know.
It's a contract.
It is, it is. The roads are
Confusion with this, but this was actually, I guess, what it was supposed to be.
Right.
So I just, how did that all come about? I'm confused with that, I guess.
Well, Jeremy brought it to my attention that all the officers got an increase except for him. And then when I talked to Stacy about it, Stacy had indicated that as her deputy, he gets half of what she makes. So I asked him to put that on the AP, on the payroll warrant for the next payroll period. So if I overstep, that's on me. I authorized him to pay that out because I thought that's how it was. But if that isn't so.
We discussed that in the meeting,
Yeah.
that whose pay was half.
Okay. I'm just confused with that.
Okay.
We did discuss it, so I don't know if you want to step in. Anything else? Selectmen concerns?
Thank you.
Public circuits, public session? Yes.
I just have a question, I noticed it's almost December 30th, and that's usually when you guys have it up on the signs and stuff. But could you mention under news and notices that the dog licenses are due December 31st?
Yep.
But there are also no fees are accumulated until this, January 31st.
Yeah, all right, yeah,
30th.
February 1st, yep.
Yeah.
But yes, we'll get that up on the website.
I'm not sure if it's on the sign, it could be, but I just know it's not on the website.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that, I'll make sure to get that on the website.
Thank you.
And then I'll ask that we do another reminder mid-January too, because no one wants that $25 late fee come February 1.
It could be even more if they have like 3 dogs,
Yeah,
so.
oh, yeah, that's per dog, yeah. It seems a lot.
Just a statement of the cost.
I know.
Dog,
That they do.
dog, not cats, not hamsters, no gerbils, just dogs, just dogs. I'm prejudiced, yeah. Nobody did. Anyway, anything else? All right, so number 8, executive session to discuss a legal matter pursuant to 1 MRS.
Oh.
But we have not,
Are you still in public session?
Yeah.
yes,
I noticed you guys were mentioning Jessica, and I didn't know who is Jessica?
animal control
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know, I didn't know. Is that what you guys are gonna be discussing in these executive sessions? Is something, one of those?
That's an executive session.
Yeah.
Well, can you notify us afterwards that, you know, like on the website that our animal control officer is so-and-so? Because I get a lot of people who have random animals running around, and I don't know where to send them. Or,
Coming in
I know that-
until January.
Yeah.
oh, okay, so she's hired but not hired?
Yes.
She's approved,
Right,
but not
Andy is done as of December 31st. The board's not going to reappoint him on
Okay.
January 1. And the animal control officer for Sol and Jessica,
Oh, don't look at me.
I've got it in here. Anyway, Jessica, Zolan is starting January 1.
So she's knowledgeable and knows what
Yeah.
the laws and all that crap, good stuff is, and, yeah, okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Thank you. That, I am finished.
So I copied and pasted and fixed the citation for number 9, but the first executive session is a legal matter, and the second one is an employee matter, not legal. So I can make that correction.
So,
All right.
the motion for an executive session.
To discuss it, matter.
So, you know,
Legal matter, 2-1 MRSA subsection 456.
that means
It is.
Still no check, have a catch this.